Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. In this morning, I would like to tell you about community language learning. Okay, we start from the background. This method was developed by a professor of psychology at Loyola University Chicago, Charles Arthur Curran and his associates. Actually, he is the expert in the psychology principle, but they try to elaborate psychology and language teaching to develop the CLL and counseling learning theory to teach language. This is the main point of the CLL. They combine language teaching and counseling learning theory to teach language. And then this is use an example of humanistic approach. In the learning process, the whole person is required to make the systems better applied. And then humanistic approach engage emotion and feeling. As I said, this is talk about whole person's learning. It required cognitive and affective. Okay, next, theory of language. The previous theory is continued by Laforgue. Laforgue is one of the associator of Charles Curran. In the past, Charles A. Curran did not explain more about CLL, but Laforgue continued their project in developing of CLL and language as a social process. Based on this concept, a class is a community. There are varied interaction between student and teacher. As we know, teacher is knower and student is learner. And the next one is growing intimacy and trust of student as a part of community. In this case, students should keep pace with the other friends. This is not about competition. This is talk about cooperation of all of students here. And then intimacy means the desire of avoiding isolation. The students feels not alone. Everyone should build intimacy one another. Okay, next. This is the concept of social process model of communication. Between knower and learner, this is the message. This is the material of the learning. Yes. Okay, the knower is the teacher and the learner is the student. The message is the material. There is a correlative between knower, message and learner. This is not just like transmission concept. This is talk about social process model of communication. There's the response between knower, message, and learning. Okay, next one is theory of learning. Okay. Holisticism. As we said just now that the learning is required cognitive and affective. This is holisticism. It's not behaviorism or cognitivism as the previous method. And then human learning is both cognitive and affective, whole person learning. This is not talk about just material and competence. This is talk about interaction between students and the other. And then a group of ideas concerning the psychological requirements for successful learning are collected under the acronym SARD. This is the target of the CLL. The first one is SARD. S stands for security. The student feels safe to learn. teacher must conduct safe development as a community in the class. So there's no inferior in that community as the class. And the next one is A stands for attention and aggression. Students experience the fear of self-assertion and aggression when they are ready. This is talk about response of the students. And the next one is okay, RR. R stands for retention and reflection, internalization by retention at a deep level. And students participate in class activities and do some reflection after that. This is talk about feedback from the students. What had they learned in the class as a community? And then V denotes discrimination, sorting out differences among target language from such as human computer. Okay, next. Objectives. When we talk about objectives, this is the goal of the CLL as a method. The teacher can successfully transfer his or her knowledge and proficiency in target language to the learner. Yes, this is the key objective. And then resulting students near native competence. In this case, the fluency is stressed. The fluency is more important, is more salient than the other proficiencies such as accuracy. And then encouraging cooperation. So everyone in the class should be help the other student and should be a counselor of the other less advanced student. And then advanced student may serve a counselor to beginners. Okay, next. We talk about syllabus. CLL use topic-based as the course progression. So when we start learning, when we start teaching, the teacher the teacher should not provide a material, so the material just come from the student to the teacher, just like that. And then teacher as the provider of conveyance meaning. So the teacher is the translator, the transformer. So when the student want to say, for example, saya mau makan, the teacher should translate it in the target language, English, in the appropriate in the target language. So saya mau makan, I want to eat, the teacher said. And then the key point is the teacher's reformulation of learners' expression into suitable target language utterances. Yes, in this case, the proficiency, the competence of the teacher is more important because the syllabus is the teacher itself, is the teacher themselves. So the syllabus is the teacher implicitly delivered to the student. Okay, types of learning and teaching activities. This is talk about the techniques, the technical terms. CLL combines innovative learning tasks and activities with conventional ones. Okay, they include one, translation. The teacher translates what the student tried to say and the student repeat it. So this is the key point in the learning process, the teaching process. And then group work. Students work with groups and complete a task that will be presented to the teacher and the rest of the class. So this is, for the next level, intermediate or advanced. And then recording. Students record conversation in the target language. So when everyone have adequate vocabularies, adequate structure, they can conducting appropriate conversation in the target language.
Okay, continue to the type of learning and teaching activities. The from the first translation, recording, transmission, and the next is transcription. After the recording activities from the teacher, from the learners, then the teacher is taking the recording. The learner or as the student is transcript or makes notes from the recording. Then analysis. Student analyze transcription of target language in order to use them. In this condition, the students is time to analyze from what they have written before after the recording, and then listening. Students listen to the teacher and they involve elements they might have elicited. This is the preparation before the last activities in CLL conversation. In this condition, the student is have time to prepare themselves to what should they have to conversation in the next activities. So next. So we go to the learner's roles. Learner as a member of community in the class. So it is different in the elementary school, which is this CLL method is used for junior high school. The difference is in the elementary school the student is as do competition or as a competitor. But in the CLL, student is as a community that learn together and there is no competition at all in this activity. The specific role based on the development of student competencies. This is the stage, the floor of condition before the student get the all of activities in this CLL method. First, learners depend to the knower for linguistic content. From the presentation who we present before, the teacher bring the topic and they make the student inflection like our topic today is holiday, just like that. And then go to the next stage. Learners start to be independent. After the learner bring the topic, so the material is from the student, such as in bahasa we call it saya pergi ke rumah nenek di desa. So which is mean the material is from the student, and then learners begin to understand other directly in target language. From the first that student gives the first material, the learner translate, right? And then the translate is at the direct target language. And then learners adolescents are growing. From recording, transcription, there's analysis from the last slide. And then this means adolescent means that the learner is thinking, what should I go, what should I do after this? And then the last stage is learners become counselors. In this stage, when the last activity is conducted, the learner is just as counselor, which is there any mistake is then learners makes, so the teacher should do counseling. And next, teacher's roles. Teacher's role in this method is to respond calmly and non-judgmentally in a supportive manner and help the learners try to understand the lesson. So as I said before, teacher is a counselor. So the counselor is do counseling, but the response is calm and not judgmentally. Then the learner is monitor learner's utterance, providing assistance when request. And next. Now materials. First, textbook is not considered a necessary component. Then, summaries of the linguistic features of conversations generated by a student is more beneficial than textbooks. Next. And we go to the procedure. A circle of learners are facing one another. Then the learners are linked in some way to knowers or a single knower as teacher. Then the knower is voluntary comment as a stimulus for target language interaction. And then the knower encourage learners to address questions. Next, the teacher then form the class into fishing lines for 3 minutes per conversation. The class may be formed into small groups in order to discuss a topic per group. The summary of the group discussion is presented to another group. And finally, the teacher asks learners to reflect on the language class as a class in a group. The advantages of this CLR method is class becomes a community of learners when they exchange data. And then teacher allows the learners to determine type of conversational and to analyze the language inductively. Reason of decline of this method is this method will be well applied solely with the teacher who sufficiently competent in source and target language. And that's all from our presentation. CLS. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. Morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine. And you?
We are
Where
fine
are
too.
you? How about your holiday last week? It's happy. That's also
Happy.
happy. Where did you go last week?
Saya memancing bersama ayah.
I went fishing with my father.
I
Went
went
fishing with my
father.
Yes. Where did you go last week?
I went fishing with my father.
Yay! Where did you go last week?
Saya jalan-jalan bersama keluarga ke Bali.
I went to apa tadi?
Saya jalan-jalan bersama keluarga ke Bali.
I went to Bali with my family. I went to Bali
With my family.
Yay! Where did you go last week? Saya membantu ibu di rumah. I helped my mother in house. I helped my mother in house.
Where did you go last week, Dinda?
Saya mengunjungi rumah nenek di desa.
I visited my grandma house in village.
I visited my grandma's house in village.
Where did you go last week?
Saya pergi ke pantai.
I went to the beach.
I
When
went to the beach. went to the beach.
Okay. Our topic today is about holiday. Yes. Come on. Is that it?
Now, come forward two person. The first person say in Indonesia, and the person write in English in whiteboard. Come forward, Iva and Dinda. Hey.
Write your own word. What you said before. Yes. In English, please.
I went to English.
No. This is in first sentence. But in English,
Mana tadi beach pantai ya? Sudah, Miss. Sudah.
yes. Repeat your own sentence, Iva. Yeah.
I went to the beach. Yeah.
Dinda's answer is I went to the beach. Yes, this is correct. But the correct one is I went to the beach. Beach. This is the correct one is like that. Beach. Not this. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Change your
I said to
sentence.
Iva.
Iva, right?
Oke, saya pergi ke rumah. Enggak, saya mengunjungi nenek di desa. Saya mengunjungi rumah nenek di desa. Ayo, tulis.
Yes, you're right.
Saya mengunjungi rumah nenek di desa. Yeay.
What's your answer? Repeat your Indonesian.
Saya mengunjungi rumah nenek di desa.
I visited my grandma's house in village. This is correct, Miss Yani.
No, this is correct, but we need to add grandma's house in village.
Yes. Repeat after me. I visited my grandma's house in village. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, student. It's
Di skip dulu ya. Action.
okay. The next is Ali and Ilmi. Come forward. Yay!
Like before, Ali, you said Indonesian. Ilmi, write in English.
So,
Yes, you can. Gimana English? Come on.
saya jalan-jalan bersama keluarga ke Bali.
Yay! Yay!
Yes, the sentences is correct, but the correct one is if you if you say in past tense, you have to add ed. Oh, yes. I walked to Bali with my family, like that. And you, Jen?
Saya membantu ibu di rumah. Yeah. This is correct, but the correct one is I help my mother in house.
Okay. Repeat after me. I walk to Bali with my family.
I walk to Bali